Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the video, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, I didn't post my stats for Monday, so I don't know why. I probably was busy. Probably had something going on after work. I don't know. Anyways, traded is alerts. For Monday, I said SPY puts in a 470. Or is Monday, 18th? I was expecting the market to dump more from Friday, but it didn't. Ran up. What did I say? 470, which is right down here at this low. First 10-minute candle had a nice big green candle. What did I end up taking? I have to actually look at the alerts because I didn't post them online. I took 47.35 calls at 10 o'clock, which was right here when I broke over a higher day. I took them at 670. I'm not sure what they went to because I didn't post it, but I ended up selling around 730. So then let's see, the next trade I took put at 1056, which is right 1056 right here, right down here. Yeah, right down here. I see why. I got popped up, got rejected, came back down. I don't know why. I probably should have waited for a lower day, but I got it down here. I probably went and got it underneath the bodies of these candles. I grabbed the 47.30 puts at 5.30, and I ended up cutting them at like what did I cut them at? $3. So went against me as soon as I got in. You can see this massive green candle. I was not expecting that. I was expecting more downside. So then I played calls at 11:15, which is probably right here. So I took puts probably right here, and I popped up. I stopped out, and when it broke higher day, I took calls. I took the 47.40 calls at 460, and they went from 460. I don't know what they went to because I didn't post what they actually went to, but I sold them at 530. So yeah, got a little bit of a play right there. So that makes about sense. 460, probably like $6 it probably went to. So probably down here, probably went a couple dollars. But anyways, I got caught in a trap down here, stopped out. Then I took puts again at 231, which is right here. So you can see I had this strong move up over a new higher day. Started to make a bear flag, a bull flag right here. Failed to break it. So it chopped and chopped, and it popped up here. It did break it, but it quickly got rejected. So when it got below the bodies and the candle, the wick right here, 472.30, that's where I jumped into puts. I jumped into the 47.40 puts at 230, and they popped up, and it just chopped. And eventually, when it did dump end of day, it just didn't really go anywhere. So yeah, theta was just. I think I got it just a little bit too far out. Then by the time I got down here, they didn't go green. I don't remember exactly what happened, but they didn't go green. I would have sold it if they did. So it is what it is. 2 for 2 on Monday. Don't like starting out the week like that. So yeah, I didn't finish the week with 13 wins and 3 losses for a win rate of 81.25%. So a little better than the 51% or 57% the week before. So happy with that. That's about the only thing I was happy about this week. Did not like Monday. Monday was not a fun day. But Tuesday, the 19th, SPY puts under 472, which is down here at this low. I think that what I called it was right around 472 plus. So I didn't want to call it 472.50 because it was right there. So 472 was the next round, logical area to put an area to watch. And yeah, so the first 10-minute candle was a strong green candle. Then I did the ORB, open range breakout or breakdown, because there was a nice strong green candle. I took calls right above higher day. Took the 47.50 calls to 750, and they went from 750 to 1060 right there. So that ended up being a good play. Then I took calls again at 12:32, which is right 12:32 right here. No, 12:32. I took it right here. So I didn't take it at the bounce of VWAP, but it did bounce at VWAP in the 20 EMA, which is this blue line. So I think I took it right over the body of the candle right here, and the wick. I'll blow it up so you can see it more of the body. And the wick right here lined up right at the 473.90 area. So I grabbed the calls of 47.60 calls at 470. And they went from 470 to 550 right there. So that ended up being a little bit of a move, not much, and I just called it a day. Yeah, I think the two plays I took losses on Monday were both puts plays. Yes, they were. They're both put plays. So I was trying to like stay away from them or being at least cautious on the calls. So that's what I was doing on that. So then Wednesday we had what was Wednesday? Do we have anything going on Wednesday? Is this FOMC? Yeah, we had FOMC this past Wednesday, didn't we? No, we didn't. Let's see. I'm trying to see what happened. No, we didn't have FOMC on Wednesday the 20th, right? No. What happened here? We had fear. Oh, that was Yi saying that we were going to telling Biden we were going to take Taiwan no matter what. The reason I thought it was FOMC because it lined up right at 2:30, right when Powell speaks. So that's why I thought that. But no, that was President Xi telling Biden that we were they were going to take Taiwan. So that's why they had that massive dump right there. But anyways, trade ideas room on the 20th was SPY puts under 473.50, which is the next rounded down a little bit to the 473.50. I like to take the half dollar or yeah, you can see right here was support right here. So I take and you can see right here pre-market it gave support to previous day. So, I don't want to call exact numbers pre-market. I call the nearest dollar, nearest 50 cent from the area. If it's too close, I'll go out. If it's too far, I'll round up. So that's how I do things. That's only pre-market I do that. It doesn't make sense to go exact number because the first 10 minutes is so volatile that it could hit that number just enough to get you in and take you out, which we've seen plenty of times. So with that said, I took calls. My first 10-minute candle was green, so I took calls of a higher day on the next 10-minute candle, which is ORB. I play the ORB a lot, especially if we get some good follow through. Sometimes it's going to get choppy and can not work against you, but lately it's been working. So I took 47.65 calls at 650, and then went from 650 to 1080 right there. So that ended up being a good play. Then I took calls again at 12.14, which is probably right here. Yep. A nice little run up right there, and it started to pull back a little bit. It kind of chopping, ranging. It kind of a nice bull flag right there. So once it broke out over the bodies and the wicks of this area, which is right around 475.40, that's where I grabbed the 47.75 calls at 450, and they went from 450 to 650 right there. So that ended up being a good play. Then I took puts at 221, which was right here on the FU setup, right here. I was not expecting this kind of a play. I didn't even know news hit. I didn't even know that. Well, actually, I did know about the Yi, or whatever his name is, the China president telling Biden about taking Taiwan. For some reason, the news happened in the morning, and it never cared. But for some reason, it cared right at 2 o'clock, and it was just baffling that. This is how the market works sometimes. News will come out and get totally ignored. Then all of a sudden, it cares out of nowhere. And we've seen it before. It will happen. The media covers it more, or if the news hits, it just doesn't really get noticed. And all of a sudden, 4 or 5 hours later, the media outlets pick it up, and all of a sudden, you get a reaction. It happens. We've seen it. but I wasn't expecting that to happen right here. So I was taking the FU setup. You get a nice big red candle right there. Doesn't look big because of these, but then you get a green candle. So when I broke below 474.65, that's where I took puts. I took the 47.70 puts at 520. And if you held all the way through, they went from 520 to $58. I mean, this is almost a $3 candle right there. This is panic right here. That's what a panic candle looks like right there. SPY doesn't make $3 candles. Well, let's see, 472.67. Well, $2 plus. You don't see $2 plus candles in 10 minutes unless there's panic. So this is panic right here. And so that was good panic right there. Then I took puts again at 325, which is right here. No, 325 is right here. Got these big red candles for an FU setup. Big green candle right here. So when I broke below the bodies of these two candles, underneath 469.75, I took puts. I took the 47.20 puts at 750, and they went from 750 to 1230 right there. So that ended up being a really, really good play on that. So then on Thursday, Trade Ideas room, SPY puts in a 4750, which is right here at this low. We had a bunch of action from news. What was the news? I think it was inflation or something. GDP. Final GDP unemployment claims. That was what this was. So first 10-minute candle was green. I didn't want to touch it. I was looking at the put side. I didn't want to touch it. I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have stopped out. It didn't technically break high a day. So, but once it broke right here, I took puts right here. I got the first green candle right there. Inside candle, still inside from the ORB. But when I broke the bottom of the body, because it had such a pretty big candle, and this was an inside candle, and this ended up being an inside candle. So once it broke below the wick in the body, that's where I took the puts. I took the 47.25 puts at 860, and they went from 860 to 1180, so that ended up being a good play. Then I took puts again at 1156, which is right here. Popped up, rejected higher day, and it just kind of chopped underneath VWAP and tried to get over. It didn't. It dropped. Didn't make new lower day either. Tried to get going again, then it got shut down. So once it broke below 470.60, which is below the wick of this and the two bodies, I grabbed puts. I grabbed the 47.20 puts at 550, and they went from 550 to 1340 in that drop right there. So that ended up being a good play. Then I ended up grabbing calls at 124, which is right here. As you can see inside, small candle. I was kind of looking for an FU setup, but I didn't take it. It popped up, got shut down. Popped up, got shut down right here. This was a stop fisher right here. This was looking for stops. People were probably thinking, okay, we're going to bounce right here. Probably people getting calls, and when they fish for stops right there, because if you bought calls right here, you were going to end up putting a stop down here, or maybe down to 469. So they flushed out the stops. Then when it quickly came back up, once it got below over the wicks of these areas, I grabbed it. So I grabbed the 47.20 calls at $8, and they went from $8 to $10.30. So it ended up being a good play. I think I might have grabbed it over here, above the bodies of 469.80, because once I saw this setup right here where it was nice consolidation, then it flushed quickly right here. I knew they were fishing for stops, and that's why when it popped back up really, really fast, I jumped in the calls. So that's why I did that. So you got to watch for those stop hunters, because that happens quite a bit. Now on to Friday. Friday I took. Let's actually, before I get into that, I said SPY puts under 472.50 for our Trade Ideas room. Right here is 472.30, and I just round up, and that's obviously I would have rounded down. Didn't break that area. So first 10-minute candle was green. I didn't take it. I waited. I don't know why I waited, but I did. I decided to grab calls at 10. Oh, I see why I grabbed it here. I didn't grab it here. We had a red candle right here, so I was looking for an FU setup. So when it broke over the bodies of these candles, I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 47.75 calls at 760, and when I got in, it went against me, and I ended up cutting it at 310. So then I switched to puts at 1141, which is right here. no, not right there. 1141. Right here. Okay, I see why I did this. I didn't take it here. Flushed down, came back up to VWAP. I didn't want to take a rejection of VWAP because of sometimes it just rips right through. I used to take them like crazy, but lately SPY just gets so much momentum going that it just rips right through, and I don't want to do that. So when it rejected it, came back down and got underneath the two bodies of these candles right here, I grabbed puts. I grabbed the 4760 puts at 720, and they went from 720 to 850. Not much of a play. And it popped up to VWAP again. Then I ended up taking puts right here when it broke below this area again of 473.85, which is the body of these candles right here. I grabbed 4760 puts at 470, and they went from 470 to 2450 on that. So that ended up being a really good play if you held all the way through. So good play. Good week. Hopefully, we had this massive Santa rally. Now that Christmas is tomorrow and market opens after Christmas, that maybe the market will look differently. Maybe the market will actually dump now. We'll have to see what happens, but we'll cover that in the watch list. But that's going to do it for the trading recap of actually weekly recap. Hopefully this has helped. I know it's probably been kind of short, but I kind of rushed this. I got a lot to do today and tomorrow, so I wanted to get this out. And so that's going to do it, and thanks for watching.